Hello Star Fam, we are back in Star Stable, the Autumn Rider, and we're going to talk to Herman and continue with our quest to become the greatest rider in Jorvik. And to begin doing that, I am going to start taking some medals. And I'm not sure if I'm going to show every medal on camera. I'm going to show the first 3 so you can see what it looks like. And this is the general riding, which I called dressage in the last episode. So we're going to try for the bronze medal, and I will try for all the medals, which also means that my horse will be way more disciplined when I'm done. That means that the horse will listen to my commands faster. It also means that it will take a longer time, or well, a longer amount of time, before the horse tries to slow down when I have reached the new gate, like that. So, just as in SSO, I need to continue to make my horse move forward, so it doesn't just slow down. So that's the point of this riding thing. I don't really know what to call it. You need to learn how to maneuver your horse, which also includes making it move in the correct gate. This of course is easier with some horses and more difficult with other horses, because some horses do not have a high amount of discipline. And unfortunately one of the best horses in the game has a very low discipline bar, which sucks completely. I really like it when you don't have to do it as often, so I really prefer the faster horses of the other 3 games, because they tend to have higher discipline than the one in this game. But I think that this game was very much a test, and when the game devs started getting into the other 3 games, they knew more what they were looking for. And I'm not sure if they had much QA testing going on here. I know that the online game didn't really have QA testers for like a year and a half, because they just couldn't afford it. It was such a small company. So they didn't have designated QA testers, so of course they tested stuff. But it took a while before they could hire someone to do QA testing. Also, I really hope that the sound is okay. This game is quite difficult to fix the sound in. I need to go into like the sound settings of the computer and restart the game every single time I want to try to do something with the sound. So I really hope that it works now. I've been trying to hide my microphone and lower the game sound. Not sure how well it works. But also, if this game turns out to be bad, like too bad with all the sound, I'm really gonna try to make an effort for the other games. And especially now with the McKinney Castle. I was talking about the castle in the last episode. Anyway, sound. I'm going to try to make it work as good as possible, and hopefully you can hear me really good. But well, yeah. Also, something that I forgot to mention is that for every time now when we do this, we will see a difference in the discipline bar. I will show you when I accept this medal, and I will also show you the trophy case so you can see what it looks like. So I think this is one of like 2 disciplines in the entire game that gives you discipline for your horse. I'm not entirely sure. I think there might be one of the cross-country tracks that might give you some discipline. But that also may be difficult, because if you start a racetrack and then don't reach the gold medal and then change your horse, it might be super difficult for you to get the gold medal, because you can't go back again and do it all over. You need to be able to get everything in the correct times, because for every medal the track gets more difficult. You get a lesser amount of time to finish everything in. So you might want to do everything at once with the same horse to ensure that you actually will get all the bonus points. So now I'm going to open this, and you see that my discipline bar is up here. I think I may max it out now. So now when I talk to Herman, I'm getting my silver medal. You see, yeah, my discipline is maxed out. So now my horse can't get more discipline, so I'm gonna have to, well, survive with the discipline I have right now. Also, if you look at the trophy case down here, you see that I have 2 medals now. Nice. So I'm going to get this one after doing my chores with Herman. And I do know that I have the other quest. We're going to take that right after this, and we're going to meet Linda. Linda, of course, is my favorite soul rider. So that's nice. Yeah, so this is fun. This is quite boring when you've done it a lot of times, but now I haven't played this game in a while. I have started a game file only to try the game out on this PC. Also, I've been planning for some videos within this game, apart from only my playthrough, like some comparison videos and stuff, because there's a lot of things going on here that you can see in Starship Online too. I just haven't been able to get to it yet because I haven't finished the game on my other save file. I'm like, I think I have reached the max level, but I'm not far enough in the game in order to actually go to the great contest and win the game. So I have a bit to go. And also, if I didn't really mention this in the last episode, but this is of course a single player game, so you will never ever see someone else in here, which makes it super empty when you're used to SSO. So here we get the gold medal, nice. And as Herman says, this is a very good practice to do with new horses. Level. Okay, so when you look at the skill points with leveling up, I tend to use riding, command and jumping the most. Carrying I don't really care for, no pun intended, but these ones are the most important ones in order to ensure that you will be a better rider. So I'm going to just give her 10 points each here. As I mentioned last time, if you have given her a point here, you cannot take it back, so be careful with your points. Herman, I'm standing right next to you. Yeah, so throughout the game, Herman will send you texts, which is kind of nice, but also it's a bit like, he should have been sending me this when I'm at Linda's place, and he didn't, so, but really, according to the game, I should have gone to Linda earlier. So he gives me 2 quests now, and in this game I can accept as many quests as I want to, and even if I log out, I will have the quests active, because this of course is a save file, it doesn't work as Star Stable Online. So I'm going to begin with Greater Heights, which he wanted to give me previously, and that means that he would like me to talk to Linda, and I will find her by the jumping ring on what is today known as Paddock Island. So I'll accept that quest. I also will accept his other quest, just to ensure that I don't have to go back here next time. I can just continue on to new friendships. So he wants me to talk to Camilla Turnstone, and of course you might know her from Star Stable Online, because she is a veterinarian who lives in New Hillcrest. And she does not live in New Hillcrest, she lives in Crescent Moon Village. But she lives in Hillcrest in this game. So she comes from Old Hillcrest, and now she lives in Crescent Moon Village in SSO. And you might have met her if you've done some quests with Professor Hayden and his little pet Alberta. So how many stable points do I have? Because I need a bucket. I'm not sure how much I will use the bucket, but I need a bucket. Also, we can have a look at the shop here. There's not a lot of shops in this game, just so you know. So there's not a lot of fun gear to buy, and also, like, this is the only model you can get for a horse. You can't get any other sort of saddle. There's no western saddles, there's no jumping saddles, there's not any other saddle pads, and there's no spanless bridles. So 2 bad girls, and also the leg wraps you cannot remove because this is a part of the horse. I can buy a horse without leg wraps, I believe, but I cannot remove them from this horse. So if I go here, here is the shop by the Jorvik stables. I cannot preview anything. I have no idea if this is really gonna be a black saddle or if it's gonna be a brown saddle. No idea whatsoever. But I know that this should be a yellow raincoat. I actually did some sort of like, I did a Word document when I was a kid, and I took screenshots of every single item in the entire game, just to make sure that I would know what color it was. Not a good idea. Did not really help anyone but me. And I mean, I'd never really used it to be in then. But I will buy a brush. I will buy a better brush when oh yeah, I can't double click in this game. Yes. I will buy a better brush when I reach Vale Day, I believe it is. I think it is in Vale Day I can buy the best brush. But I'm going to buy a bucket because I need a bucket. I don't need any hay right now because I think I can make do on carrots. I like to have it up there. 5, okay. Yeah, I can make do with that. I can earn some money when I reach Hillcrest. So for now we're going to meet Linda. And of course you will recognize this door, but you will not recognize this place because there's no pigs and there's no Jorvik races. So that Hermit's race is actually the only real Jorvik stables race. There's no other races here at the Jorvik stables. And you will notice that this is a bit smaller than you're used to. Also, there's no Jarlason farm over at Paddock Island. Also, you will notice that I am moving quite slow. Why is that? Yes, because as you see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different speeds for my horse, and of course the back. But I have 7 speeds because I have a speed down here too. But the horse will get tired very fast. So if you now have a look at the exhaustion bar, and if I now make the horse go even faster, it goes down really fast, and the horse will feel bad quite soon. So this is the fastest speed I can have in order to have the horse not feeling ill. And when I will do more difficult jumping cracks further out in the game, I will start pushing the horse more. But I also will buy better horses as we go along. I will not have this horse for the entire game. So here we have Linda. She does not look exactly as in Star Stable Online, but she has her riding gear from Starshine Legacy. So we're going to begin by just completing the quest from Herman. And she says hi, and she's Linda, and Herman sent me here. So we are going to get 3 different quests from her. One is finding shelter, and she would like us to find a friend of hers. And we're going to find Mr. Thompson. He's a gamekeeper, and he lives in the middle of, but he stays in the middle of Jorvik Stables and Hillcrest. So we're going to talk to him, and he's going to show us some tricks for hanging out in the woods during the nights, because I will not always be close to a village when the night is falling. There is only 4 villages, or well, yeah, 4 in this game, because we have Jorvik Stables, which isn't really a village, it's more like a stable. We have Hillcrest, which is a village, and we have Fairgrove and Valedale. Of course, you will recognize them, but they look vastly different from what they do in SSO. So now Linda wants me to try out her jumping course, which is a very easy show jumping course. And she also tells me a bit about cross-country, because I will do some cross-country racing later on. I will do some endurance riding with Lisa later on, and I will have some cross-country going on with, for example, Alex. I will talk to Mr. I think he's called Mr. Anderson in this game. Yeah, probably. And Katja. So I will talk to some different characters around here. So Linda tells me how to jump. Of course, I need to be at least at a canter. I can't jump from trot. And apart from that, everything works exactly as in SSO, but I think that I can pull down some poles here, so I need to be careful. My time limit is quite high, I think. I should be able to finish this in like 40 seconds. And my max limit of time is 1 minute 20 seconds. I should be able to finish this way quicker than that. Please do have a look at the rider's seat in the jumping and tell me that SSO isn't better. Okay, so 24 seconds. I'm guessing the sound is super loud because I can barely hear myself whenever I finish a race. So now we've finished practicing for Linda's jumping course. And of course here I can get some medals as well. So if we begin by... Oh, I got so many quests. So let's begin with higher and higher, because that means that I will be able to pick carrots. So Linda tells me about carrots, and they can boost the horse's performance. So I'm going to pick carrots from around the island. Carrots only grow in specific places, as you can see on the map. This is a neat feature here. If I click here, I can see all the carrot growing places in red. So I will know that whenever I reach South Hoof, or what will be South Hoof, it's not South Hoof today, it looks vastly different. There is a little island here with a lot of carrots, which is good. There's a lot of carrots here too, which is good for when I return here, so I can always pick a lot of carrots. And also when I finish this quest, I can always come back here and continue to pick more. But I need to finish the first initial quest in order to be able to pick them all. So now I picked her 1 carrot, so I'm going to talk to her again and then pick some more. There we go. So I am going to quickly just pick me some carrots. find anymore. I know that there's one here. And of course some things you know exactly where they are, like the apples. I'm really skilled finding apples because they're so easy to find. And they're always going to spawn in the same place. I'm not sure how long it takes from spawn again. It doesn't take that very long. But if you want them to spawn more quickly, I think that you can stay overnight in order to get them quicker. One thing to know about the crops you can find around on Jorvik is that if they have a yellow background, you can feed them to your horse while you're sitting on the horse. So if I'm in the middle of a race and I feel like, oh, I really need to get some more, like I need more speed in the horse, or I want him to jump better or anything, I can just pull my carrots to the horse, and immediately I will see my bonus here. So for another 3 minutes I will have a jumping bonus. I won't really notice much, but I think it makes a bit of a difference in some instances, so it might be good to have when you're going for the big contest at the end of the game. Also depending on the horse, like I don't think I will need it at all if I have the best horse in the game, but with this horse it would be quite nice to have in some instances, I believe. So, oh yeah, that one has spawned again now, so I can just pick the one up again. I'm not entirely sure how many I can have. I think it's at least 10 at a time, and they stack automatically, so I don't have to worry about that. So I never again need to buy any hay, which is nice. And for now I'm going to take all the medals for this course because, like, why not? But first we're going to talk to her about Wings of Wood, because she would like me to talk to Lisa. She hangs out by the old windmill, and that's a bit south of Hillcrest. So she's going to show us some endurance. But first we're going to take all the medals here, just to get that out of the way, and then I think I won't take all the medals on camera later. Maybe I will do that in like a special episode, taking all the medals. But now in the beginning it's nice to get my horse up to speed. You see here that I have a shorter limit of time now, or a shorter time limit that is. But that doesn't really matter. And also if I get any faults, they don't really count. They will count when I get to the next game, because the next game is all about show jumping. But today everything's about cross country, so the faults doesn't count. There we go. So I will get that medal. Let's see here. So here's my bronze medal. We're going immediately for the next one. Also I will need to have a look on the health bars of my horse, because if he's feeling too bad he will not, like, he won't run as fast and he will jump a bit less here. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I know that when he's feeling really tired he will not be able to move as fast as I want him to. So I always need to take care and see how it looks down there. Why do I think I would finish this in 40 seconds? It seems like 23. Okay, so at least I know now that the great competition of the game is called the Claymore Challenge. I was a bit uncertain since some things have switched name from Swedish to English. The game was originally written in Swedish as far as I know, but some things were changed for the English copy, like the name of the castle. It is called like the Monokerus castle or something in one language at least, but in English it's called the McKinney castle. I don't remember what it's called in Swedish really. I think it is that Mac came from something. And there we got the gold medal. Perfect! Yeah, so as Linda says, there's no dressage in this kind of eventing, because simply they didn't... That's so loud! I really need to try to have a look at the sound for the next episode. There's no dressage in this game. There weren't really any system for it yet. Like, There was a system in Star Trek Legacy, but it wasn't very fun. There is a research system in the Spring Rider, and that's not very fun either, so that's a big issue with dressage in horse games. It's so difficult to make it fun. And that's probably why there's no dressage in SSO yet, simply because it's better to not have it and then make it fun when you can do it, instead of just throwing it in just everyone wants it. It's better to make a good system to begin with. It's so much more difficult to go back and replace everything later. Just going to pick some more carrots. I can take that one over here too. And I'm going to go back and talk to Herman because he has yet another quest for me. And then I think it's time for us to start... Oh, carrots. It's time for us to start traveling Jorvik. I think we'll begin by going to... We do have a quest to talk to... No, I thought we had a quest to talk to Alex, but I think that's what's coming up now. But I think that we will begin by going to Hillcrest. That's what I usually do to begin with. It feels like a good place to start, and it's also nice to have another village to go to. And just unlocking like the possibility to earn more money. So that's probably where we'll go. Also, you see now that it's starting to get a bit dark outside. We're closing into twilight. Not really twilight yet, but we are coming close to the end of the day. The day had just begun when I started this episode, but we have done quite a lot. Just going to talk to Herman, and then we're going to end this for the day. Oh, so we have two different ones. Oh, so one is about taking a letter to Lisa at the old windmill. So that's good because we're going to her anyway. Yep. And the other one is actually that we're going to talk to Alex. We are going out in the woods, and we'll have to cross the Devil's Gap in order to get there, unless we want to take another way around Hillcrest. Well, quite close to Hillcrest, but I really like to take the way around Devil's Gap because it's a really cool route. But I think that this is all today. You see now that everything is getting darker, so I'm going to sleep overnight over here by the house. And I think I might try to earn some more money before we start our next episode. Thank you so much for hanging with me today. I hope you had a good time. If you are wondering anything, please leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer everything as good as I can. And I really hope to see you all next week.